Hello everyone, welcome here. In this section, you are going to learn setting up local development environment. Before initiating these steps, what is JavaScript we are knowing about in this particular lecture? So let's begin here. So JavaScript is a scripting or programming language that allows you to develop complex features on web pages. The client side and server side that allows you to make web pages interactive. So what you need to understand here, JavaScript is possible to write either client side or server side programming language. And it's very lightweight programming language. It runs the program and it will uses the browser interactivity in terms of data transmitting and page loads. It's a very lightweight, so it is a very popular. See, where HTML and CSS are the languages that give structure and style to web pages, JavaScript gives the web pages interactive elements that engage a user on every time. A web page displaying timely content updates, interactive of maps, and animated 2D or 3D graphics, scrolling web like a video joke box, and data updates. If any charts that will be reflect the latest data, it will be pulled from the server and it will present you in terms of lightweight manner. So this is a JavaScript is a very become popular. Few more steps we'll see why it is in so popular and why you need to focus in this particular language. So the front end, we may see it is an HTML. Its HTML is a markup language that we use to structure and give meaning to our web page content, making layouts and designing paragraphs, headings, data tables, or embedding images, videos, and many more, which we are making like a skeleton for web page. So the CSS, the language, especially it's came and popular for styling HTML pages, making more beautiful sites, adding more colors to your web page. What the HTML components are there. For example, setting backgrounds, colors, font styles, and laying out of content in multiple columns and boxes, flex boxes, grids, all possible using CSS. Along with these two, to adding interactivity we'll use for JavaScript. Now let's see. Interpreted versus compiled language. So the code, how it is going to be run with this JavaScript. See, you might hear that the terms of interpreted and compiled in the context of programming languages. When you are learning the programming language, when you are journey with the programming language, you may hear how we are able to see the output. So here in interpreted languages means the code runs from the top to bottom and the result of the running of the code immediately you will get. You don't have transformed to the code into different languages. Some other languages may be intermediate IL language, we can call it as, or byte code or binary code. We cannot say it. The code is received the programmer friendly text from and processed directly from the browser, and it will be displayed there itself. Will be called as interpreted language. Compiled languages is like a programming languages. It will be compiled from one language to another language, then it will be runs and again it will be converted into system readable language. Then we'll able to see the browser codes. For an example, C, C++, Java, C#, and F#. These are the compiled into machine code, then run by the computer, Vice versa, it will be converted into browser user readable code and it will be displayed. The program is executed from the binary, like a binary format, which is generated from the original program source code. Will be called as compiled languages. The programming language is compiling. Knowing more about JavaScript. So the execution process in JavaScript is a plain JavaScript is going to be done by browser itself. So the web browser receives the JavaScript code in its original text and runs. Most modern web browsers uses JavaScript interpreters, actually uses a technique called just-in-time compilation to improve the performance of an web page. Binary format while the script is being used so that it can be run as quickly as possibly will give the output. However, JavaScript is still considered an interpreted language since the compilation is handled at runtime on browser itself. There is no need to require for any other compiler or server. It's not required for JavaScript at client side. See, the differences between server side and client side. What is the difference? Major differences. So you might hear about the terms of server side and programming and client side programming. Especially you may hear about when you are dealing with the web applications or web development. So the client side code runs user's computer itself. It may be desktop, it may be browser, whatever it will be runs there itself. It won't depend on any other server or any other resources. It may be like see, when a web browser page is viewed, web page content like JavaScript code page client code is downloaded, then display the browser, the result will be displayed at the browser itself. In this course, we are explicitly taking about the client-side JavaScript to learn more things on the client-side JavaScript functionalities only. So the server-side code, on the other hand, that runs the server side, then its results are downloaded and displays to the browser. Example of a popular servers like popular programming languages like PHP, Python, Java, Ruby, ASP.NET, C# and many more languages which are required to compile at server side. JavaScript as a server side language will be considered when we are using the modern and advanced technologies of Node.js environment with the AngularJS, React.js and Vue.js. These are the server side scripting is also possible using JavaScript. These are also JavaScript, whereas these are the framework based JavaScripts. So this is about what is JavaScript. When you are initiating and starting the journey with the JavaScript, these all are very familiarly, you should know the things. So I'll thank you very much. We'll start by setting choosing a code editors, how to start and initiating the steps. In this section, we will learn with the welcome program. Thank you.